Why do we still value titles, even when it's obvious that none of our leaders that are carrying all these titles behind their names have any good content in their character? PhD, Professor, MBE, CBN, DBN, GCFR, all those long, long titles. Why? Why do we still value those things? Oh, chief, ambassador, senator, honorable, this, that, pastor, high chief. At which point in our existence are we going to come to the realization that none of these things mean anything? Just because you spent your entire life in a classroom reading or doing your research or doing whatever it is you were doing does not mean you are capable of leading anybody anywhere. And that is the problem. Now, imagine this, walk with me. If I become the president of Nigeria today, and then I appoint somebody as the Minister of Finance or as the Managing Director of the NNPC, you from outside looking in, you'll be thinking, wow, for me to appoint this person, it means this person is really learned and exposed and capable of doing the job. It means this person is really the most qualified out of everybody I could find. But you couldn't be more further from the truth, which is that I appointed that person because I can work with him. What does that even mean? It means I appointed somebody I like, somebody that will do what I want them to do over doing the right thing, somebody that will do whatever it is my interest is, somebody that will protect it over doing the right thing. That's simply what it means. So you from outside looking in, you'll be looking at the person's titles and thinking, wow, this person is all this. But you don't understand that the only reason why that person is in that position is because I like them. Why do I like them? Because I can work with them. Why can I work with them? Because they will not tell me no. They will not refuse the offer to do something for me over doing what is right. That is the only requirement they need. But that is what every single politician you've ever seen on your TV screen does. There's no other thing that makes those people qualified to be in those positions aside from the fact that they are compatible with their employer. That is the only thing. All those other honorary and bestowed qualifications and degrees and titles behind it, meaningless. They don't mean nothing. Nigerians are some of the most formally educated people in the world. In the world, regardless of whether some people drop out at some point, some people are out of school. Those people that end up running our society happen to go for all the degrees that are available in this world. Yet, good governance, zero. Have you ever wondered why, despite all the academically qualified leaders we have ever seen across the continent of Africa, yet good governance, just something as simple as good governance, is completely lacking? You might find it in one or two countries, or maybe in the history of one or two countries, or maybe three, but that's it. The rest, you might find it in one or two countries, and that's it. The rest, touts, motopark riffraffs, stealing, looting, conniving, killing, whatever it is you want to name it, you will find it. And these are professors, PhD holders, all sorts of degree holders, yet they can't provide the simple single thing that people ask them for, which is good leadership. Think about it. Now, for those of you that are still going to school is not wrong. Going to acquire your degree is beautiful. But you spending all your time in a classroom reading a particular subject and becoming an authority in that subject does not mean you have anything in your character that qualifies you to be a leader. And tomorrow, someone will come and appoint you just off the back of your academic achievements. And then you enter the office or the position, you'll be lost. You don't even know what to do. You have no interest of the people at heart. All you want to do is to steal money and to protect the interest of your employer. And then you hear very silly things like, it's not the man, it's the people around him. Please, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. If a friend of mine today is caught stealing, you have every right to look at me. Even if I might be like, yo, I don't know about this, you're going to suspect me because you think, hey, if my friend is a thief, then what am I? So every time you see people making excuses for these leaders, or sometimes you go online and then you see someone expressing surprise, like, oh, this man was the former DG or CEO or NMPC or this or that, but I can't understand why he's now doing this or why he's now behaving this way. It must be the people around him. No, it is not anybody around him. He is the person. He is clueless. He is a classroom professor or a classroom doctorate degree holder. It does not mean he knows anything about the job he was employed to do. Leadership is a completely different ball game from talking down on students. Those are two different areas of life. You understand? So, for the educated people, I'm not saying don't go to school. I've said it before. Go to school, acquire your degrees, but don't be deluded into thinking just because you have all those alphabets after your name, then it means you're overqualified for your job or it means you know what you're doing. Because you really don't. Many of you have shown us that you don't know what you're doing. If I give you a paper to write about the subject you studied in school, you're going to write 500,000 pages. Confirmed. But if I ask you, what is the first quality a good leader must possess? You cannot answer me. You'll be looking at me stone dead like this. The first quality a leader must possess is the willingness to do the right thing no matter the pressure. That is the first quality a leader must possess. So, anybody that comes into power or position or that is appointed or employed into any position and decides to favor the 2% over the 98% is not a good leader. It's that simple. Now, I'm not saying everything is all black and white, that there cannot be certain compromises for the greater good, but everybody knows the right thing to do at every single point in time. You know, I know, everybody knows it. So the minute you start doing something that jeopardizes the future or the well-being of the 98% just to please the 2% or just to grease the pockets of the 2%, you are getting it wrong. So I just came here to demystify this entire title thing. Anybody you see is always hugging their title and pushing it in your face, telling you they worked here and worked there and do this and did that, and always selling their CV to you. There's something very deficient about that person's character. And that's the more reason why you shouldn't vote for that person, or why you shouldn't even employ that person, why you shouldn't even listen to anything that person has to say. Because they think you are seeing them for who they are. That's why they are in a hurry to sell the title to you.